La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I know you guys know what the hell this song is about. Well, actually, not all of y'all. Depends on the audience. Some people have no idea what the hell I was just mumbling to. But for those who knows. But anyway, so happy 420 to all of you guys. Um, so to all the pothead, the Mary Jane fans, all the Snoop Doggy Dogg fans, all the Chronic, happy 420 to you guys. So hold up, pull up my window so I can hear myself better. But anyway, so yeah, I used to like talk up back in the days and stuff like that, right? Especially when I used to live in Europe, and then but now when I came here, and especially when I started looking to the stocks and everything, so I was like, you know what, let me just invest in some of these, cannabis stocks. To which, honestly, I don't recommend it. Oh, how you call it? Warning. This is not any sort of financial advice whatsoever. This is just me talking talking out of my ass pretty much. So yeah, I did, play around with some cannabis stocks, but they all ended up at a loss. And I kind of come to the conclusion it's not worth investing in cannabis stocks. Here's the reason why I think, right? One, once they make this thing legal, you know, once they make it legal, everybody will be growing their own thing. Almost everybody will be growing their own thing, and it will be like a side hustle to most people. And I'm pretty sure they probably all that will be required is for them to get a license, and then so on and so forth. Like I know some people that already grow their stuff, right? So they make a little bit of living out of it. However, from a IPO perspective, from a from an IPO perspective, I don't see any return on cannabis stock because of what I just mentioned. A lot of people are gonna be growing their own things, and well, if you're looking at it from, let's say, the type of manufacturing, such as hemp seed oil, things of that nature, then yeah, you would actually might have some sort of return on it. But for as far as for consumption, nah, because the market is gonna be too flooded. The market is already flooded. The market is already flooded. Um, Now given to people that's gonna go legit, but not on the stock market, but more like for private business and stuff like that, then yeah, it's not worth actually investing in cannabis stocks. However, this is the thing I was looking at. I was checking out some of the grow lamps, you know, some of those LED lights and things actually that is not only used for growing cannabis, but also for growing plants indoor. Because once because of due to the whole coronavirus, you're gonna see like a small revolution of people that's gonna do a lot more gardening, right? Because that's usually how it goes. You have like an epidemic or you have like something tragedy happen, and then people they kind of like start preparing for the future just in case. So that trend might last, I don't know, probably like 10 years or so. That's my estimation until people start going back to their capitalistic way again, and it just depending on just the grocery store overall. But you're still gonna have a market for people that want to grow their own food. That's gonna start, in their gardening and growing in their basement and stuff like that. So that is something I'm looking to invest in. Whether it's the raw material to actually make those grow lamps, or even the incubators stuff, those products, I'm gonna be checking them out. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I think the future of of marijuana. And but I don't know though, like where does this whole 420 thing come from? Like what is the meaning behind it, or behind that number? You know, because I am interested, but not really that interested for me to actually go and get and all that stuff. But it is interesting. And why do I think about smoking? Smoking weed is for, I would say, you haven't, like, you are in the, let's say, in a process in your life, you still try to figure things out, right? And you don't really have a plan yet, to which when you wake up every day, you have something to do. Or you have, okay, I got to do A, B, C, and D. Weed is like some of those things when if you're doing it from a recreational perspective, it's kind of like, you just drink from time to time. Or if you drink every day, it's going to affect your performance. It's going to affect your daily activities. So it's the same thing with weed, right? When you smoke every day, I think it hinder your ability to function properly. Even though I don't think anything wrong with smoking, but if you have things to do, if you have a lot of things in your plate, it's gonna be hard for you to run a business when you get high every day. It's gonna be hard for you to, perform well at your job if you smoking every day, or it kind of hinder your ability to speak properly as well, because you always dazed, your mind's always in a fog. So then, therefore, if you had that period in your life to which you still try to figure things out, and you not really like have a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that, then hey man, go ahead, do your thing. But if you constantly have to keep a tight schedule, then it's gonna be hard for you to maintain a strong weed habit. You gotta find times to do it, like, very periodically, I would say. That's pretty much my thought on the process and stuff like that. But do I believe it's a gateway drug? Mm, no, not really. I don't think it's a gateway drug. Um, I wouldn't recommend people to smoke, but then again, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Also, I see it this way. A lot of people, they would try anything and everything not to actually put down this habit, and that can stop you from getting a really good job, or actually getting into certain career and stuff like that. And it pretty much limits you. It limits your prospect in the world. So therefore, you have to ask yourself, how important is weed is for you? Is it important enough to put it down for, like, 5 years, 10 years till you get your shit straight, and then just voila, whenever when you become financially independent? Or is it one of these things that you feel like you have to define? You feel like you have to define society. You go on a war against society because I don't know why they have to do a drug test and stuff like that, man. Yo, fuck this shit. Dude, it is what it is. When you're playing by someone else's rule, you have to do what you need to do in order for you to get where you want to go at. So if you try to, you losing a lot of job prospect because you can't put down the weed, then I would say it's time for you to reevaluate your life, you know? But if you already got, good job, let's say you just don't really want to care about it, because a lot of people, they just simply use their job and then they transfer that money in order to actually invest in themselves, invest in properties and stuff like that. Right? You can do that as well, you know. And the job might not be paying as much, but as long as you actually have the good credit and you can actually still be able to borrow money from the bank to invest in your venture, then yeah, I mean, shit. I had like plenty of friends. Well, not plenty of friends. I have a few friends that they still blaze, but they got their shit together. So it all depends on which rule that you want to play by. And sometimes you have to find out what is necessary, and is it worth it to just keep defying. It's like, okay, a lot of jobs, right, will not acquire you to smoke because of the responsibility that come with it and stuff like that, and it's illegal. And even if it becomes legal, then you will still not be able to do that and operate because of the type of job that you do. So if weed is very important to you, then you should try to get something that will not acquire you to be that responsible on the job. However, it might not pay very well and you might be very replaceable. But it is what it is. You gotta find out what is your priority. So if weed is getting in the way of your priority, then I would suggest that you put it down. If it's not getting in the way of your priority, then hey, do your thing, man. You know what it is. Anyway, so I'm not keeping you guys for long. This is Arbanaka. Share, like, comment, subscribe. So I'm out of here, guys. Peace.